Welcome. Sorry for the longer start. The guys, the other speakers told me that the audience here is pretty technical, not that business oriented as my presentation is prepared for. So we will just quickly skim through the first part, then I'll take you through the examples of the AI applications, and then we'll probably have some time for live demos. My first question is, do you know Keboola here? Who loves Keboola? Okay, who knows Keboola? Who hates Keboola? uh, that's just because I'm gonna skip through all our buzz hype bullshit and real meat in the beginning. The agenda is why and how. That's about Keboola, and those other topics will be about AI apps. So let's skim fast through the bullshit. Um, the rise or growing amount of data all around us is evident or obvious, and this implications not just for Keboola but for everyone, every company, and it's getting worse and worse every 3 years. I think it's the triple the amount every 2 years or something like that, and it's not stopping at all. Um, uh, One more thing which already happened is that even the people from business want to work with data or interact with data, not just the guys from the IT or data teams. So there's new role coined by Gartner called business technologist, who's someone who is able to at least use data or AI in his daily work. Skipping manual data stack. Uh, this is just example how it could look like in a large company, like 12 to 50 components or building blocks connected together, being called a data stack, where are too many point-to-point integrations, and it's just great. It brings lots of money to the cloud providers and to the consultants and to everyone, but not to the company, which we believe Keboola is changing already. And the thing is going to be even worse with the AI, because so far just the people were accessing or using the data, or um, uh, uh, pretty well-defined systems were communicating with each other, and now there's the AI with its random questions, random API calls, and chain of thoughts trying to gather data from different systems, which will even more put even more load to all those broken stacks in the back. Oh, oh. So this is our claim. Actually, it really happens. Keboola brings. I don't know if it's every time 10 times growth in the productivity, but at least 2 times. I would say it's a norm, because most of the work on top of the current stack is taken away, and you just focus on your analytics, your data cleaning, your data processes, etc. And one thing we are aiming at is that we want to make it like 40 or 50 with the AI. And the inspiration comes from GitHub Copilot, where their claim is that I think that 40% of commits of the users with Copilot are committed without changes, which means that they might be much more productive. And what we want is to adopt and put this easiness of usage or AI help or AI assistance to Keboola. Skipping, and that's it. So that was like why you should love Keboola. This slide is about why do we think that building AI apps and leveraging the power of LLMs or generative AI makes sense the most in our platform or in similar platforms, or if not the most, then very much. And the thing is that AI works with data or with your applications, and that's the place where you have it is Keboola. So it's logical to connect all these things inside one platform, keeping like management, governance, all that stuff in one place. So that was the bullshit in the beginning, completed. And now the real examples. We have a Docsbot, call it Docsbot, like everyone was playing with some sort of chatbot on top of documents or whatever in last couple of months. And we started the same, like, I don't know, 3 months ago with Rohlik. They have pretty old or pretty it's not old, but the API of their knowledge base is creepy, says nothing, slow, cannot search, like unusable. It can just export the data in some shitty JSON, and they have thousands or maybe tens of thousands of articles describing who should I ask to get a vacation, how to ask for something for my desk, or how do we treat delayed orders, whatever. Everything is in their knowledge base, and searching for it in the tool itself, it's pain. So we've prepared a Docsbot, which helps them ask questions and is integrated to their Slack. They were doing the same at the same time. They started building it with NVIDIA A100 cards and training some Llama Alpaca models. But at the end, we both ended using LangChain and some chain of thoughts and vector database storage, where there's some logic for the bot, and the rest is just about retrieving the relevant information from the vector storage and answering to the user. It happens in the Slack, and in the Slack we also collect the feedback. So how does it work? The user enters a specific Slack channel, asks a question, gets some answer, and for the answer, the bot is also disclosing the sources from the knowledge base where it found that information. There are three states of the feedback. One is great, thank you, works. The second is no, this is not right, this is wrong, didn't help, not true. And then the third one is correctly answered as of the information in the knowledge base, but the knowledge base is wrong. We have an example. One of the guys were asking the bot where do they have their headquarters in München, got address and map, but the knowledge base is like 1 year old information about the headquarters. So without WhatsApping the rest of the team, if it's the correct address, he would end up somewhere like I don't know where. So three states. It's not just right and wrong answer, but bad data. Right answer based on bad data. That's it. And what we are working on right now is to let the bot, let's say, be up to date. We are extracting data from their legacy Tetra knowledge base, adding some more articles from Jira or specific projects in Jira and Slack channels, then clean the data, feed it as JSON documents to the vector database, and that's it, because the bot is connected to the vector database. So once we update the vector store, it's updated, and the bot knows about the new stuff in the documentation or knowledge base. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Details. And then we have a SQL bot, which is created in cooperation with Česká spořitelna Erste. They have a team of lazy data engineers or data analytics, or not just one team, plenty of teams of lazy data engineers and analytics, and they are being taken from their flow by not really stupid but repetitive and very simple questions from other business users, and they need to go to their pretty well prepared data mart or one big table or super table and just ask that stupid question and answer it to the business user, because it's maybe not in a dashboard or not in a report, but or the user cannot find it or the analyst cannot find it. So from time to time they have such requests. It's like for everyone, it was more than 10 times a week. So they can bet that every day someone asks such question, and this is where the SQL bot comes in and helps. Our aim is to not have a SQL bot as part of Keboola and everyone will be using the same SQL bot. It's basically a boilerplate where you can connect your bot to your data and give it hints about what does the data mean, give it, let's say, markdown documentation of those tables in the data mart or that big super table. And as the bot has enough information and has is using a long chain tool for querying SQL databases and reasoning how to query a database, works pretty well. I want to show you a demo in the end. No, I don't see what's the last one. Contract bot. I don't have a demo for contract bot, but we have a, Apify. Anyone know Apify? You know Mavericks? Mavericks is a lawyer firm taking care of startups and scale-ups and all the new companies, focusing on term sheets, contracts with between founders, and all that stuff. And they had an idea to build a term sheet bot, which will basically allow you to send your term sheet as a founder and get a result if it's a ripoff or good stuff. And if you ask a lawyer for it, you will pay, I don't know, hundreds of bucks at least. So this should be for free, and they want to have it as their, let's say, PR. They are super modern agency using the AI for themselves and for their customers, which the goal seems easy, and currently we are, like, let's say, in the middle of the development. And what is looking quite well is that even though the LLM models are not able to crunch large amounts of text because of their context windows are limited, then the documents can be cut it into chunks related to separate parameters, like how many investors are in the company now, who's coming in, how many tranches or rounds of the investments are coming, what are the dates, and if those specific questions have to return just the number of trenches and a specific dates of those trenches, it works pretty well. So the goal is to have, I don't know, it's like 70 specific prompts for specific for extraction of specific parts from the document, and that's the job of the AI. At the end, there's going to be JSON with just structured information about the term sheet, and then there's going to be Python code just evaluating it and saying, yeah, this is good one or not. So the logic of the evaluation is still outside of the AI. The AI serves just as a parser of a unstructured document with plenty of options to help. So that was what I have in the memo. This is what I don't in the presentation. This is what I don't have it in there. Impact analysis could be one of the things which would sound familiar to you. Someone is using a dashboard and someone is building the data underneath, and the guy, the data engineer building those pipelines, doesn't want to break anything down the stream. And impact analysis, uh, like historically, is done by having a lineage of every job in the platform and looking for what can be affected by those changes. And the data lineage is pretty complex stuff. While feeding all those lineage and metadata into LLM or AI application and asking questions like, what's gonna break if I change this, and getting the answer this, and this, or uh, a few things of Ota or a few things of Andrew will be broken, then you will just call Andrew or and Ota, tell them maybe this is gonna break you something. Check your stuff. So this is a help for the user to see what's gonna be broken by his changes, or for the user of the end report, he can ask like who's gonna and who's able to add me regions and I don't know, amounts to this report, and the AI can easily traverse the metadata and lineage and say, yeah, that's John and he's on vacation, so wait for Monday or something like that. We have a working prototype, still not ready for production because of the context window limitations. Once we ingest our huge multi-project architectures into it, it just fails to understand it. But we still believe it's doable. We just add some tweaks here and there to make it work. Other thing we are working on, and I will show you a short demo, is Prompt Lab, something for prompt engineers. Anyone knows who's prompt engineer? One, two. So the guy who is building the prompts is the prompt engineer, and those prompts can get very tricky. Like one word or just a different a slightly different sentence can lead to completely different results. And Prompt Lab is here to help the prompt engineer build those prompts, compare them between themselves and between each other, and see which one is the best, or maybe tune them more. I will show you a short demo. Then the AI generated pipelines. As we are adding more and more AI tools into the platform, like building a transformation. In Keboola, you can easily transform, like, I don't know, you have 3 tables, you want to join 2 of them and delete everything which is in the third one. That could be a simple transformation happening in Keboola. And if you know that you are going to do this, you will still have to write all the SQL code. And it can take you 20 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe half a day if you are junior. And for the AI, if you know the tables and are able to express your intent, the code can be generated. So this is something we are working on. If you know OpenAI Analytics, Advanced Analytics, I don't know how it's called. It was Code Interpreter, and now it's Advanced Analytics something, where you just push your CSV files and ask questions, and it starts thinking and generating insights, maybe actions from the data. So this is pretty similar. We will have the data which are coming into the transformation and have a short chat with you to build the code for you. Uh, and once we have those small pieces, then there could be one agent or AI just orchestrating all those together. So you might not sure if it was gonna work. Those small parts will work definitely, but if we take it a level up and ask you what's gonna the whole pipeline do, and you express that you are gonna collect data from there, then transform them and use them in uh, KPI report and your campaign optimization, it might bring you something which is close to it, and then let you just polish it there and tune it here, and or fix something, but not building it from the scratch. uh, what we are building into the platform as a services is vector store and feedback store. Uh, uh, Vector store is obvious, and feedback store is there because all of the applications running in there should have one easy, let's say, SDK call or API call to put their feedback back to Keboola and let store it there for future improvements of any model. Uh, so that was the presentation. Any questions so far? Okay. So, and what I'm gonna show you, the first is our application, which is called, which is doing, not called, it's doing some SMS campaign generation. Um, the application or the flow takes data from Shopify, then transforms the data to some readable format, and then use OpenAI to generate. I will show you what. Basically, it just takes the data from the input and creates short description for SMS campaign, meaning the description of the campaign is actually the SMS message which is going to be sent, uh, and which is with informally addressed to the customer for product, title, description, body, and that's it. So as the data are cleaned up and customers eligible for a campaign selected, then the AI comes in and enriches the customer records with suggested message, which is then sent via SMS. And one more thing here is that it could be even approved before it goes out. So the campaign is, or the pipeline, AI pipeline is running every day, and all those messages are storing here. Uh, and just to show that it could be tweaked or approved, disapproved by the user, we've built the app to let you do so. So that was the first one. Then here's the Kai SQL bot. I've been asking how many branches can serve customers in German, which went well. Then I was asking about Brno, and it got exploded, which is something you should be aware that it can happen anytime. The AI isn't 100% perfect, 100% perfect, and never gonna be, or not in near future. But as we see it, helps like 80 or more percent times uh, to get you there. So what we have here is a streamed application which uses the AI LangChain as a backend, and have a few hacks here, which I can then talk to you about later in the networking session. I don't think we need to get into that much detail. The funny thing is that the whole SQL bot is just uh, I don't know, 86 lines of code, and then maybe a few Keboola specific packages, but the whole bot, that's it. So building your own and adding your metadata to the system prompts or to a vector store beside it, and letting the bot ask questions to the vector store, it's pretty easy. And then you can just deploy the application to Keboola and let your users use it. What I was gonna to show, yeah, prompt lab is here. I've been talking about the prompt lab for prompt engineers. The app is asking you to have your data stored already in Keboola, and then it allows you to run your prompts or challenge your prompts on top of your data. So we have a list of term sheets, and now we can play with some prompts. In the beginning, there's a prompt improver tool where I can ask or draft my prompt, like extract something like this, and the prompt or the tool uses all the OpenAI prompt best practices, builds an example where the array is correctly returned, and says this is the prompt. So I can use this one. And now we are in the second section where we can test prompts against each other. So my first prompt will be the enhanced one, and the second could be the basic one. Okay. I need to add the document there, and that's like super easy. I just use one column from the table, and give it as a document. So this should be it, and I want to test it on, let's say, five documents. I still can change the model used for the prompt, which I will change to GPT-16K, and for both. And also all the temperatures and other parameters of the models. So I can test the same prompt with different settings against each other, which could be also very interesting. Once I'm satisfied with the prompt, then I want to see how it performs with different settings or with different models. Now it's gonna take a while, and do I want to show something else, or this is just it? Yeah, that's it. So this is the last demo I have. Let's see if it fails or something. I should have chosen less than 5. Now we see that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What we have here is that we can download the prompts and check those responses for similarity, which actually gives you a comparison of the results between themselves. And what this leads to is that if you look at those which are very different, and if your prompt is very similar, then it means something. And what it does is that it brings you to some aha moments or wow moments when you just get understanding how the prompt should look like. What does the LLM wants from you? What you should put there and what should not be in the prompt. So this is let's say, your experimentation accelerator, not something which will save you and build everything, but makes you much faster when experimenting with all those slight changes in the prompts or adding bunch of examples in there, etc. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Pavel. And now we'll move on to the questions. Let me just share my screen real quick. Okay. The first question is, how do you mitigate the errors you showed on DK demo?
You mean the SQL bot, probably. Um, as I was working with the example here, it's not very robust. And if you invest, let's say, a few hours into helping the robot understand the data, uh, giving them hints like, "Hey, all the tables are lowercase. Use lowercase and quotes, etc." Such a small stuff. It basically skips such dummy errors as I was showing on the demo. Then you get the interesting stuff, which is that the robot can get to sort of infinite loop, just trying to reason with itself, and ends in like consuming the limit for the request, and ends with an error or no information. Like it's gonna happen all the time. The mitigation is the satisfaction of the users with the rest of the results. Um, and I think it's also about the UI. Um, we are using the it's called loopbacks, where we are showing the chain of thought of the robot. What is he doing? What is he thinking? Which helps the user be patient, understand if something breaks better, and not be just waiting for 7 minutes for a red error or something. So it's more about the UI. And on the other hand, whenever it works, the trust of the users is growing. They are not thinking, or they don't expect the robot to be perfect.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, if you could describe the SMS usage case more in detail.
Yeah. Uh, the the information from Shopify is about the orders, all the orders, and basically there's also a segmentation running. So there's like a, lifetime customer value. Then you have the users with just one order, and they are not being in. They are filtered out from the campaign. Um, then users with specific products are grouped to segments. I'm not aware I can talk about the shop, but basically, if the user looks like a teenager, the message is gonna have emojis, etc. in it. If the user looks like a boomer, then it just sends him a fax or email. Like I'm making fun of it, but basically that's it. There are a couple of segments, couple of prompts, and each segment gets their specific prompt, and then it's just built from the let's say next best offer, which comes out from the transformation as a suggestion of next best product or products to be bought by that user, and then the segment of the tone of the message.
Okay, thank you. And then the last question before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
How can I try the prompt lab?
Ping me. I think there's gonna be we are gonna be launching it probably this week. So the easy way is to start Keboola project, which should be for free. Like you get 120 minutes of processing, um, and prompt lab is already one of the templates, so you should be able to give it a spin right away. If not, ping me. It's like
Okay.
from
Thank
the
you.
morning.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have any more questions, feel free to ask later.